सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good morning. Yeah, please see page number 112 for today's page. The last quote in the page. The uplift of the women, the awakening of the masses must come first, and then only can any real good come about for the country, for India. It is only in the homes of educated and pious mothers that great men and women are born. Swamiji was analyzing the reason for India's downfall, and he attributes it for two reasons. One, the neglect of the masses, another, neglect of the women. So because of this, India had gone down. Swamiji was talking about the second half of 19th century India, 130 years back. Right. So these two things have happened in India. That's why India went down. The second statement in this quote, it is only in the homes of educated and pious mothers that great men and women are born. So today you are here to learn the language. Why are you learning the language? For good job, right? What follows? What next? Tatah kim? Okay, you have got good job. Next, what are you going to do? Tell me. No, job వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఏం చేస్తారమ్మా? Marriage, right? Right. That's what you are all going to do. Don't feel shy. Okay. Anybody wants to become like me? No, if you want to become like me, this today's message you don't need. Okay? Anybody wants to become nun or anybody wants to become sannyasin, this message is not for them. If you are not, if you are going for marriage, then you listen carefully. Right. After marriage, hello, why so much time you take? What follows marriage, I am telling you? Children, right? You'll become parents, right or not? No, only you want to marry, you don't want children? No, you want children, right? Yes. So, what kind of parent you want to become? What kind of father you want to become? What kind of mother you want to become? These things are not told in colleges. The education that we gain from schools and colleges today only about livelihood, roti kapda makan. But life is not just about roti kapda makan, right? There are higher things are there in life. At a human level, when you bring children into the world, it can't be just reproduction. You must pray for the child. You must bring the child consciously into the world. You know, Vivekananda says, why I became great. What is the reason actually? He was Swamiji's own words, Vivekananda's own words. My father and mother fasted and prayed for years and years so that I would be born. They pray for every child before he is born in India. He was telling this in America. Okay? In India, we don't bring children just like that. We pray for children. We pray to God that please give me a great child, O Lord. Every father must pray. Every mother must pray. Then only great life will come into the world. Today, what is the problem in our society? The biggest problem is human beings not able to get along with human beings. Yes or no? మనిషి మనిషి మధ్యలో ఉన్న ఫ్రిక్షన్ వల్లనే మనకి ఎనఫ్ అదర్వైజ్ ఎనఫ్ రిసోర్సెస్ అదే ఎనఫ్ వెల్త్ ఈస్ దే. ద ఓన్లీ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈజ్ people are not great men and women, the percentage is very less. There good people are there, great people are there, the percentage is very less, and we need to increase that percentage. As tomorrow's parents, that is your job and your responsibility. As a generation, we should have one aspiration. What is that aspiration? The next generation should be better than what we are. In terms of human quality, I'm talking about. The next generation that we are going to bring into the world should be much better than what we are in terms of character, in terms of quality. Most of the times it happens by birth itself. Afterwards, subsequent training. Okay. Today, actually, we think parenting begins after the birth of the child. Not at all. Parenting begins before conception itself. And particularly when the child is in the womb of the mother, what thought the mother generates, what emotion the mother generates, that impacts the child positively or negatively. If you generate negative thought and negative emotion, that impacts the child negatively. And if you generate positive thought and positive emotion, that impacts the child positively. And the consequences, the results are almost irreversible. The maternal stress is taking a toll on mankind today. The women are also working, they're also, rushing all the time here and there. They don't have that much of time to concentrate on motherhood. Particularly when the child is growing in the womb, you need to be very careful with regard to thought that you generate and emotion you generate. We have a number of examples in our history. Gandhari and Kunti, this example I frequently give. Okay? Gandhari was equally pious like Kunti. She was also a great woman. She blindfolded herself for life just to serve her husband Dhritarashtra. Hmm? A woman of exceptional self-sacrifice. But she had wicked children. 100 Kauravas were born. You want Kauravas or Pandavas to be born as children? పాండవాస్ ఓన్లీ కదా. బట్ ఆమె మహాపతివ్రత, కానీ ఆమెకు 100 మంది దుష్టులు పుట్టారు. ఎందుకు పుట్టారు? Because she entertained the negative emotion of jealousy when the children were growing in her womb. Because she felt jealous of Kunti, she had wicked children. For her, jealousy was not there afterwards. It was only a passing emotion for her. But for children, it became their second nature. Even Krishna could not change the character of Duryodhana. He asked him, at least give 5 villages to your brothers. They are cousins. They belong to the same clan. But he could not change Duryodhana. Prenatal influence would be so powerful. Why Duryodhana was so jealous? Because his mother actually became jealous of Kunti when Duryodhana was in the womb of the mother Gandhari. And Swami is saying here, the prayer for child before he is born, says our great lawgiver Manu, giving the definition of an Aryan. He is the Aryan who is born through prayer. India ko పేరు ఉంది, అదేంటంటే the land of Aryavarta. So Aryavarta అని ఎందుకు పేరు వచ్చిందంటే, here people they beget children with prayer, and that's the reason it's the land of Aryans or Aryavarta. Aryan means a civilized human being, a cultured human being, highly evolved human being, a great human being, great by birth, not by training. Those children that come with curses that slip into the world just in a moment of inadvertence, because that could not be prevented, what can be expected of such progeny? He was asking American women in those days, do you call, but I ask you the question tonight, do you all pray for the children to come? Are you thankful to be mothers or not? Do you think that you are sanctified by motherhood or not? Ask that of your minds. If you don't, your marriage is a lie. Your womanhood is false. Your education is superstition. And your children, if they come without prayer, will prove a curse to humanity. These words Vivekananda was talking to American women in those days so much. From motherhood comes tremendous responsibility. There is the basis. Start from that. Well, why mother is to be worshipped so much? Because we say Matru Devo Bhava in our culture. Why Matru Devo Bhava? Why mother is to be worshipped? Swamiji is explaining here. Because our books teach that it is the prenatal influence that gives the impetus to the child for good or for evil. Go to 1,000 colleges, read 1,000,000 books, associate with all the learned men of the world. Better off when you are born with the right stamp. You are born for good or evil. See, when the child is born with good samskaras, good tendencies, afterwards, actually, putting in good school, giving good education, they're all secondary. With what kind of samskara the child is born matters more. And that's the reason tomorrow's parents, you need to be very alert. Parenting doesn't begin after the child is born. Parenting begins before the conception itself. You have to have this idea, what kind of father I want to become, what kind of mother I want to become. I want a great child to come into my life, to come into my family. That kind of aspiration, that kind of desire you must have, and then you pray for such kind of life to happen in your family to God, then things will happen. So you must do some tapas, some austerity to become a great parent. So there's a lot to tell actually. I will tell it now in the days to come. So that will be the great service that you are doing to yourself and to the society, bringing great people into the world. Great life must happen. As tomorrow's parent, that is your responsibility. Thank you. Nice day.